Blessed evening, everybody. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
you are.
Am
And
I
very good
clear?
evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. And am I clearly audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me just check the chat. I think the chat is not enabled. Just give me a moment. Yes. Can you check with the chat, everybody? Okay, I can see your chat. All right. So we are ready to begin today's DHP, everyone. Good. So type in the chat, how are you feeling right now? Let me know how you're feeling right now. Are you excited? Are you at peace? Or maybe you're carrying something. Whatever you're feeling, be genuine, be authentic, and type it out in the chat. Fantastic. Good. So just let us change the view. I'm at peace right now. Good. Ready to dive in? Beautiful. I'm in silence, overwhelmed, feeling a little low, feeling tired and sleepy, excited. All of you, the feelings that you've written, you're all welcome the way you are. So, right now, make peace with the feeling that you have, whatever is that feeling, and say this to yourself: I have a right to feel what I feel, and all of my feelings are valid and they are signals. I have a right to feel what I feel, and all of my feelings are valid and they are signals. All of my feelings are valid and they are signals. And whatever is the feeling that you're feeling right now, I want you to just acknowledge that. Write down in the chat, I acknowledge the feeling of dash, whatever is the feeling, just acknowledge it. I acknowledge the feeling of overwhelm. I acknowledge the feeling of excitement. I acknowledge the feeling of. Say it the way it is. I acknowledge the feeling of. If you say, I acknowledge being, then what happens? You are not creating a distance between the feeling and you. Create a distance between the feeling and you by saying something like this: I acknowledge the feeling of. When you say, I acknowledge being something, you are completely diving into it, and your identity and your feelings are not separate in that case. So, correct me here. Do you feel that you are tired, or are you experiencing a feeling of tiredness? Do you feel you're tired, or are you experiencing the feeling of tiredness? Exactly. You are experiencing, you are the experiencer. You are not tired. If that was true, then every day our name had to change, right? There is something that is constant about you, and that is your identity. That cannot be confused with what you're going through right now. Just realize this and notice the shift in your energy. I am the experiencer, and what I feel is something that is an experience, and every experience is permanent or temporary. Every experience is it permanent or temporary?
Temporary. Temporary.
Temporary. Absolutely. Are you feeling powerful right now by acknowledging that every experience is temporary? And that's why when you say that I'm feeling a little low right now, you can change it by saying I'm experiencing a feeling of tiredness or energylessness. You are the experiencer. That's it. You are the experiencer. You are not the feeling. The feeling is just a temporary experience. And I also said that the feeling is a signal to something. Now, let's go deep into this. What do you think is this feeling of whatever you have written, overwhelm, tiredness, or whatever? What do you think it's signaling you towards? It is signaling to you towards an action. What do you think it's signaling you towards? Take a look at your own feelings and tell me. Those of you who felt excitement, it is signaling you towards an action that can take that forward. Yes, very good, Judith. So you have said that it is signaling you towards your feeling of overwhelm, is signaling you towards maybe getting a proper sleep or having more time and energy boundaries. Good. Very good. It is signaling you towards rest. Tanishka says rest. Pratibha says body, mind needs rest. Okay. So remember, your emotions are number one, something that you experience. They are not your truth. However, they're pointing you towards something. And usually, every motion means movement, is pointing you towards an action. Every action is a movement. Very good, Richard. That I should be at peace. I should be in peace. Good. Did you get the point, everybody? So, are emotions permanent? No. Are emotions temporary? Yes. Are emotions good or bad? Nothing like good or bad. Emotions are just emotions, they're just experiences, and they're pointing you towards an action. With this realization, now tell me what is the shift in your emotion? What is the emotion you're experiencing right now after understanding this? There is stillness, there is a feeling of goodness. Yes, everybody, experience your emotion and tell me what you're feeling. There is wisdom and calmness, feeling peaceful, beautiful, clarity, and feeling good. Some of you were feeling tired some time back. How did that emotion change? No need of overthinking, feeling clarity, good. How did your emotion change? What just happened? How did your emotion change?
Positive thought.
Understanding.
Pos- Positive thought.
There was a positive talk, all right. There was more clarity. Very good, everybody. It is because we were able to be clear. Whenever there is clarity, with clarity, there always comes a shift in your emotions. Absolutely. With clarity, there is a shift in your emotional state. What I did just now was I just gave you clarity. And that's why there was a shift in your emotional state. Hence, proved. that all emotions are temporary, they are not your identity, and they are pointing you towards an action. And what is that action? It is just finding clarity. Simple. Once you get clarity, there is an emotional, fill in the blanks, everybody. There's an emotional. What did you just experience? Emotional shift.
Experience.
Absolutely. Yes. There's an emotional shift. How many of you are feeling grateful for understanding this right now? We just did it in around 5 or 6 minutes, I think. So this is what we call as emotional alchemy. Okay, this is what we call as emotional alchemy, and all your headache is gone. Wonderful. So that means your headache was also a temporary. It was a temporary experience. What we did just now is emotional alchemy, which all the members who are part of the inner alchemy circle. That's what we're going to do this Saturday. We're going to go deeper into emotional alchemy. I gave you all a taste of it today because I don't want any one of you who comes for DHP to be someone who is stuck in emotional states. How many of you have suffered by being in the emotional state, in certain emotional states? Why are we stuck? Is because we did not get clarity. Now that we have clarity, it is time for us to realize that the alchemy is already within us. Okay, and we'll go deeper into this later on. So, everybody, ready for today's DHP? You guessed it. The topic today in our DHP is the need to release holding on to emotional states. Okay, that's what we're going to release today. So, if everybody is ready, then bring in your energy, fill the room with your energy, type in ready, and let's move ahead. So, declare with me, everyone. I declare that. I declare that. Write out with me. I declare that all of my emotions are messengers. I declare that all of my emotions are messengers of change. I declare that all of my emotions are messengers of change. I declare that all of my emotions are messengers of change. So, is anger a messenger of change? Yes. Is frustration a messenger of change? Yes. Is joy a messenger of change? Yes. You know what the problem is? The problem is if you hold on to an emotion and if you get attached to it and if you have to stay in it. That's what I call as a happiness trap. Many people, they want to hold on to happiness and stay in it. That's the problem. Any emotion, if you overstay in it, it is not able to fulfill its mission. The mission is what? Type out what is the mission? It's a messenger of change. So any emotion which you are overstaying in, you're robbing the emotion of its power. How many of you right now, after making this declaration, felt a sense of liberation in your emotional understanding? कोई भी emotion, you overstay in it, it will turn into a problem. Excitement, what happens if you are in a state of excitement? If you are overstaying in excitement, क्या हो सकता है? Easily you can be manipulated. Easily you can be manipulated. If you hold on to happiness, what is going to happen? You're going to lose out on the action that needs to be done. There are many people who are addicted to happiness. So they keep on taking one thing after the other and they try to overstay in happiness. So action hota hi nahi hai, life is not going ahead. Okay, good. Everybody, now let's move towards the next part, which is the affirmation. Everybody type with me. I am so blessed to realize that all of my emotions are valid and necessary. I am so blessed to realize that all of my emotions are valid and necessary. I'm so blessed to realize that all of my emotions are valid and necessary. Okay, short quiz. Is anger valid? Yes or no? Yes. Good. Is it necessary? What if you overstay it? Is anger necessary? It is necessary. Yes, it is. That's what I said. Every emotion is valid and necessary. Okay? Never suppress emotions. What happens when you suppress them? What happens when you suppress them? They express themselves like a spring, and they'll express themselves when you don't have to express them, especially in those moments where you over express and then you expose some parts of you which need not be exposed. It comes out in a different form. Absolutely true. So get this right, everybody. Do not have a relationship of estrangement towards certain emotions. All of your emotions are necessary and valid. Do not overstay in them. That's the subtle boundary between the two. Difficult to grasp, I know, because we are programmed to say that anger is not necessary. Over spiritualization हम करते हैं. And the people who run away from anger, they are usually the angriest people. Deep within, that anger is brewing like a resentment in the form of resentment, and it's eating them up. Okay, so this is very important, everyone. I hope everybody understands this. Do not have a relationship of estrangement with certain emotions. All of our emotions are necessary and valid. The only difference is that do not overstay in them. Okay, everybody, now let's go to release. I release the need to overstay and identify myself with my emotions. I release the need to overstay and identify myself with my emotions. I release the need to overstay and identify myself with emotions. So tell me right now, which emotion do you usually overstay in? Which emotion is like your best friend and you overstay with that emotion? Sadness and hurt, okay. Anger and happiness. I'm so glad, Rosalind, you acknowledged it. Wonderful. Which emotion do you overstay? Hurt, sadness and guilt, overthinking. Overthinking, money is more of a pattern of thinking. It's not an emotion. Guilt and sadness, loneliness, hurt, anger and joy. Okay. Now, do you have an option to not stay in those emotions? Do you have an option? Yes. You have just released the need to overstay in those emotions. And what do? We realize that each of those emotions is a signal, it's a messenger towards action. The moment we understand that, there is clarity and you take action. I'll just give you an example over here to make it very easy. If someone is constantly experiencing the emotion of hurt. What is that a signal to? What change does it want you to have? That emotion is asking you to change your relationship with that particular memory. Whatever memory of hurt you have, your emotion of hurt is asking you to give a new meaning to it. Once you give a new meaning to it, you will now be able to, there will be no need for you to feel that emotion again because you already processed that emotion. So go back to that memory of hurt and tell yourself, if I am someone who is the wisest, who has learned all of my life lessons, how will I look at this same event differently now? Then you're going to make a new meaning out of it. And that new meaning is going to help you to process that. Once the emotion is processed with the new meaning, you will have no need to go back in that emotion again. Clear, everybody? Yes? Let's go towards the ritual. Write down, I'm finally ready and open. I am finally ready and open to experience all of my emotions, to experience all of my emotions and enjoy my life with all its colors. I'm finally ready and open to experience all of my emotions and enjoy my life in all of its colors. Okay, good. Someone please type it out so that others can also take a look at it. I'm finally ready and open to experience all of my emotions and enjoy my life in all of its colors. How many of you felt relief by understanding or creating a new relationship with your emotions today? Whatever you're feeling, good, very good. Whatever you're feeling, it's again a signal towards action. Fantastic. Good, everybody. So I hope today's DHP brought in some more healing in your life, some more understanding, some more healing. Very good. Very good, Preeti. I'm glad you said this, that there is this emotion of fear to experience all emotion. Good. What is that fear a signal of? Fear is always a signal to go one step ahead. Any fear is a signal to take one more step. Simple definition for all of you. Any fear is an emotion that signals you to take one baby step. That's why Mountain Dew got it really fine. Mountain Dew ad, it actually got it right. डर के आगे जीत है. Just asking you to take one more action. Okay, thank you everybody for today's DHP. Lots of love to you. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.
You, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye,
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye. Good night.